If you played MLBB back in 2016, you already know this game feels nothing like it used to. And honestly, some people miss old ML more than their ex. Nobody knew rotations. Half the player base had 17 FPS, and every Alucard player thought they were the main character. But somehow, that was the fun part. From internet cafe rank grinds to everybody suddenly becoming esports professionals, MLBB changed a lot over the years. So today, we're going through the evolution of Mobile Legends from 2016 all the way to 2026. Back in 2016, MLBB was honestly a mess. The graphics were simple, the gameplay was chaotic, and nobody knew what they were doing. People didn't rotate, nobody looked at the map, and tanks basically did not exist. Heroes back then were way simpler. Today, every hero has like 14 passive effects and a whole novel for abilities. Back then, Alucard just jumped into 5 people and hoped something good happened. Layla players had zero fear. Z-Long mains believed split pushing could solve world hunger. And every Mia player somehow disappeared after feeding once. But one of the biggest reasons ML exploded was because almost any phone could run it. People were playing on phones that sounded like airplane engines. 20 frames per second. Phone hotter than the sun. Battery fighting for its life. But nobody cared, because the game was fun. And then, MLBB started taking over everything. School, internet cafes, computer shops, family gatherings. Somebody was always playing Mobile Legends. If you heard this sound in public,
rampage, enemy killing spree, enemy godlike, enemy dominating, enemy unstoppable.
Don't get any closer, because the person playing MLBB is experiencing the worst day of their life and might attack you if you get any closer. This was the era of Alucard mains, fanny montage gods, and Cho players freestyling instead of helping the team. Ranked games were complete chaos. One teammate refused to adjust. One teammate wanted to jungle, and somehow everybody blamed the marksman. Back then, people didn't even care about meta that much. Everybody just used whatever hero looked cool. And honestly, that made the game more fun. Nobody was thinking about win rates. Nobody cared about tier lists. People were just playing because the game was addicting. And for a lot of players, this was where the addiction started. But then, Mobile Legends entered its golden era. And I don't care what anybody says. This was peak Mobile Legends. During lockdown, everybody was online. Friend groups were full. People were grinding rank until 3 a.m. And somehow, one last game never meant one last game. Facebook was full of ML clips. TikTok was full of terrible CapCut edits. And every ML player suddenly wanted to become a content creator. Back then, reaching Mythic actually felt difficult. Now somebody reaches Mythic with 41% win rate and 900 matches. But honestly, I don't think people only miss old MLBB. They miss the feeling. Coming home from school and instantly opening ML. Late night ranked grinds. Arguing with teammates. Laughing with friends. Getting destroyed. Then queuing again immediately. Back then the game felt alive. Every update felt exciting. Every new hero felt broken. And every event somehow convinced people to spend diamonds they definitely shouldn't have spent. MLBB wasn't just popular, it felt unstoppable. But eventually, things started changing. The graphics became cleaner. The gameplay became more polished. The esports scene exploded. and everybody became sweaty. One missed retry, and suddenly your jungler writes a whole essay in chat. Nobody played casually anymore. Everybody wanted to carry. Everybody watched tier lists, and every random teammate thought they were playing in MPL. The game became more competitive, but also way more stressful. A lot of older players started quitting. Not always because the game got bad, but because life changed. School changed. Friend groups disappeared. People got older. Sometimes we don't actually miss old MLBB. We miss being younger while playing it. And now, we arrive at modern MLBB. The game is still huge. Queue times are fast. Esports is bigger than ever. Millions of people still play every day. But the feeling is different now. Old ML felt chaotic. Modern ML feels competitive. Everybody knows the meta. Everybody knows rotations. And somehow every player thinks they're a coach. The game didn't die. The players just grew up. Some people quit. Some only come back for nostalgia. And some still grind rank at 2 a.m. while saying they hate this game. Maybe the game didn't change as much as we think. Maybe we just grew up.